So we got 45 from each shoulder, and the spine falls at 22.5, 23. So that's pretty even. That's good. Okay. Got a nice protruding bone right there to measure side to side. So we're getting the tip of the shoulder on this side over here. When we do that same spot over here, we're getting much before the tip. So definitely some asymmetry in the alignment there. Shoulder blade. Tilted. So we'll start with the wrist. .5 centimeters. And I'm going to guess the other side's a little bit bigger, but we'll double check. I'm going to get up the hand. Just in 3 spots. 15.5. Just one more spot there. So again, normal tapering goes from smaller to bigger as you go up the forearm. That's typical. So I'll have you just stretch out your hand as wide as it can go comfortably. Is that about where you max range of motion? Where you okay? So that's good. So we have 19 centimeters. Let's make sure we have enough fabric in between. It's good that those are the same. That means you have very consistent range of motion. Relax the hand and as close in as you can. Just very closed, and we want to make sure that there's not too much fabric that you're bunching up and being uncomfortable. That's 9/8 for closed. Okay, and now natural, if you don't mind, just relaxed. Exactly. So I'm going to start going around different parts of the hand and just keep it nice and relaxed. Underneath here, I'll manipulate you. Don't worry about moving your hand. Starting with the thumb. So we always measure at each joint. So those are the largest parts of the hand. thumb, there's 2. Most fingers, there's 3. Okay, moving on to the middle finger here. Slightly bigger than the pointer. Two. And do you do any activities that involve the hands besides just the daily typing, Jerry piano player, or anything where your hand might change drastically over time?
No, just typing at work.
Okay, so pretty consistent activity. You're not. Have you started weightlifting or anything that might change the curvature of the hand?
No.
No. Okay. I apologize, this is a little time consuming, but we want to make it absolutely perfect. Two. Last one here, the pinky, which is always our smallest for the most part, typically anyway. Here. Two. And the last one is 3 centimeters. Good amount of tapering on the pinky. I'm just going to make a little mark right on that bone there. That's just going to be my center point. This is wash right off. So. Because the nails are not typically longer than this, we don't have to worry about allocating extra space. Okay, great. In those 3 places. And again, I expect this to be a little bigger than the other side. Often our dominant hand is. So you've got 15 centimeters there, and the other one was 13.5 centimeters. So a relatively noticeable difference. I don't know if you've ever noticed that before.
Not really.
I guess that's why it's good to get detailed glove fittings every once in a while. 15.5. As the wrist goes up, it's about the same. And the last one here is 18. Okay. So again, kind of a checking across them both. I'm going to position you here. If you don't mind just scooting over just gently so we can have you right here in the midline. Perfect. And that comfortable for you?
Yeah.
Again, getting the minimum. And that's about the same. A little bit bigger. Probably just because the fingers are slightly bigger. Okay, and now natural for me, please. And we'll actually start out with the mark right here in the center of that wrist bone. 14.2. That's the same. That's different. So your index finger on this side is slightly longer. Okay. And that one's the same as well. Great. Again, just going to double check each side of the fingers. We'll start with the thumb, as we did before in those two knuckle locations. We'll just write it down. 7. Okay. So 6. 5. Oh, that's very pleasing. 6, 5, 4.
It's perfect.
You're very perfect. Perfectly aligned. Oh, this one's 5.6. Not as round of a number. That's okay. You have one perfect finger.
Wow.
It's what we glove measurers live for.
Mm-hmm.
Five. 4, 5. 5, 2. And last one here. 5 centimeters. Should be slightly bigger here. Yep, 5, 6. And the last one. Okay. Just get the cross here. Relax. Okay. Perfect. So I'll start up with I want to get just in the middle of the calf here, sort of the largest part of the leg. And moving to the ankle, right where that ankle bone is. So we have 25 centimeters and just measuring the distance between the ankle bones. So 14 in the front. And confirming the back here should be 11, and it is. Okay. I'm going to get from the tip of the small toe to that back of the heel. We measure everything from one side so that we have a consistent point of reference. Okay. I'm going to have you lift your foot and down. So going to get from ankle bone to ankle bone underneath. Okay. Again, gently lift the foot for me and down. And it's about the middle here of the arch. Thank you. And feeling for the phalanges. Joint 23. And lastly, just along the toes. Perfect. So starting out at this. I'll just place this right there. Just go back your foot just a little. Thank you. Perfect. Here. And here. The ankle bones. The back, the front just so this foot is actually a little bit smaller, just about half centimeter or full centimeter around the ankle, smaller. So we will accommodate for that. And then measuring from the toe, 5 centimeters. I'm going to have you lift your foot gently for me and down. Just going up to that joint to joint. Here in the middle at the peak of the arch. Right there. And about a centimeter smaller on this side as well. Underneath the joint here, 23.5, and along the toes. All right. This is 1.5 centimeters higher on this side. So basically everything is pulling this way, down and to the right. This is shifting up and to the left. That's causing a pulling on this area. I don't know if 100% if that's the reason for that sensation, but definitely can't help that you're so pulled down. So I'd like to try and even you out today. Midline is off by about 1 centimeter. Across the shoulders is okay. We're getting the midline right in the middle here on that spinal joint. You're going to feel the tape come around. Go right above that brow line. Starts right here. Okay. 3 degrees difference. Right side swelling, left side swelling. Kind of the same there. So the shoulder blades are sitting slightly lower when you're laying down, but we're seeing quite a big difference on the right side versus the left side's really close. Let's see what our angle is here as well. Eight degrees difference. Check the top of the shoulder blade when you're laying down. It's pretty similar. Symmetrical, good. Centimeters. Go down the middle of the face. 9 inches. Over to the left eye. 375 to the right. Across the forehead. 7.5 across the chin. 9.5. We do full circumference of the face. Okay. I'm just being extremely fastidious to give our animators the best information possible. Coming around the neck. Apologies if this is at all uncomfortable. Okay. Measuring the eyes, side to side, symmetrical, 1 inch. Could you open the eyes for me, please, for just a moment? Thank you, and relax. I'm going to get down from the earlobes to the chest. And just 2 more measurements on the face here. We have the eyebrows. And the lips. So I want to get the chin, since you do have a ridge there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move down now to the chest area, okay? So starting from side to side on the shoulders. Slight asymmetry. Going across the chest. Bicep down from the shoulder to elbow, shoulder to elbow on the side. Same, 13 inches. And elbow to wrist, 10 there, 10 there. Wrist size, elbow on the right side, wrist size, and elbow on the left side, same. Okay, you just put your hands to the side for 1 moment. That's all the way to the side, please. I'm just going to get from the neck to the navel. While I'm here, I'll do it under the chest. Okay, and we can relax back. Get close here. Okay, I want to look at the hands now, so just like that, please, separate. Just getting each finger from the wrist. Starting with the right side. Pinky. I'll see if that's the same on this side, and it is. And the ring finger on this side. Okay. Spread your hands as far as they'll go as well. Sorry, the fingers. Yeah, perfect. Okay, relax. So these are high tops, so I'll start about here, right at that sock line. Over at half. Going down in 1-inch increments. Getting down to the ankle, this should be, in theory, the thinnest part. And it is. So we have a good tapering from 24.5 centimeters to 20.5 centimeters. And then on this ankle bone, it will increase again. 22.5. Right underneath. 25. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to have you just kick it out like that. Is that all right for now? Okay. If anything feels uncomfortable, just let me know. Our intention is simply to get the most accurate measurements. 7. Very symmetrical side to side thus far. A little bit bigger in the ankle. Okay, I'm gonna have you do that same thing where you set it upright. Is exactly the same. So foot length is identical. Not always true. Arch. So yeah, arch is a little smaller here. 22.5 on the right side, 22 here. Ball of the foot. It's 22, that's the same. Toe line. 20, that's the same. Okay, while I have you laying there, I'm going to take some measurements. And these are just to have in our files, so nothing, not looking for any specific results, but again, this will help us track future swelling, changes to the body. So So I'm basically taking measurements underneath every major joint. As well as above every major joint. So these are where we get our most common changes on swelling points. The best time to do this is when you're not experiencing any pain. So this is perfect timing. That's symmetrical. I'm going to go above the knees, so if you don't mind lifting, just gently, there we go, and relaxing down. Do the same thing to your wrists. So you have relatively petite wrists. Ever broken a wrist or strained it? Okay, that's lucky. Never broken any bones?
Never.
Gotta get you on a dirt bike. Relax. Okay, swing upright once again. I'm going to get a few more measurements while you're upright. So if you don't mind just lifting your arms, I'm going to get just around the waist. And again, this is just to keep track. I'm not looking for perfections. I'm not worried about the sweater or anything. We're looking for massive bloating, things that could lend to like real serious health problems in the future. Okay, I'm going to get around the shoulder area. If you lift this arm, I'm going to do underneath. And I'll also do the bicep. So there. There, there. What is your exercise routine like?
I try to walk a lot and go running.
Perfect. So some cardio in there. I'm going to get around the head. Coming there. And there's going to be one right under the chin. So head is normal cephalic, which is excellent. And lastly, I'm just going to get your height. So you can stay there. I'm going to drop you here for halfway. So we've got a torso length. So especially want to get measurements around where that pain was. So just relaxed hand, nice relaxed hand. And here. This one's so much cooler, left hand. And it's also smaller, so let me just go right on this joint. 23, and then on this joint. 22, actually, this one's a little bit wider there. On that joint, let's see here. Relax the hand. Yeah, just a smidge wider. And feel that pulses. Weaker on the left side than the right side.
So I'm just feeling for any differences side to side, and then I'll confirm with the measuring tape if I feel it. There's some there. So swelling here.
That's exactly the same. I just want to see the different portion sizes here. So it's more about the perspective between the two versus the length itself. So we have a pretty short collar here. I think we might want to extend that just a little bit for the neck. Just looking at the seam allowances as well will help us determine how much room we have to work with. All I'm doing is really checking for symmetry. So there's no right or wrong answer as far as like the size of something. It's simply just, is it the same side to side? That's not too bad. I'm measuring between the scapula. I'm seeing if the scapula are sloping in either direction. Oh, they're okay. Now feeling for the distancing between the vertebrae. So a lot of people have pretty crunched up vertebra in their lower back, and because we all have, tech neck, we're all craning over a little bit wider here, but yours actually doesn't look that bad, which is good. Measure you here. So I want to have more evenness, so we'll see where the midline is. So we have 52 and the spinal bone is at 25.5. So we just need to come down a little bit this way. So this one's again a little bit high. And we'll go across the back here, shoulder blade to shoulder blade. 20, And that's about even. I have a tool here, it's called calipers. And it just gives me a good sense of symmetry. So you'll feel a tiny little metal point going to the shoulder. So we've got down motion here. That way there. Finding the midline now that you're laying down. So we have that same 52 from shoulder to shoulder. The midline is still at 25 instead of 26. That's better. That's good as well. So we've got this side's fine. I just want to roll this up just a bit. Do you mind if I unbutton that? Just roll it up. Okay. Start out with the wrist. We do want this to be on the tighter side because the compression is going to be part of the thing that helps with the swelling. So like in other times, you might get fitted for like gloves you're going to be wearing for activity and moving around. This is really meant to compress you. 23. I get from finger to finger. Pretty comfortable right there as far as your normal hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wrist joint to thumb. We're going to just measure along this wrist line. And I'm going to get the palm across here. What's nice about this is I can do direct comparisons of 16 centimeters versus 15.5 on the other side. So we already noted that this hand was more swollen, but that just confirms it. Because this is the more swollen hand, I'm also doing the circumference on this hand, because that's what we need to accommodate for. The fabric is quite stretchy, so should be fine for both since there's not too much variation. Start out just finding the midline. So we'll go from ear to ear. Tuck the hair back here. So 14.5. Midline is right there. Coming down from the crown, you feel gently on your nose. Okay. Looking for symmetry in the eyebrows. Down from the base of the neck to the top of the scalp. And there's some asymmetry there. Just see if we can correct that gently. Better. Confirm that with the calipers now. So you feel cold metal prong here. Good. The nose, the jaw, and there's slight asymmetry there, so let's do a little bit of fixing. I'm going to press this point right here. Try that again. Much better. The chin to the head.
symmetrical. The top of the head to the shoulder. Left side is shorter. I'll confirm here. Yep. Base of the neck to the tip of the shoulder. Same thing on the other side. So it is a little bit shorter on this left side, which means you're crunching this way and extending out this way. Going to get the neck just below the ear, all the way down to the shoulder. Again, 1 centimeter difference. I'm going to get from the center of the face, just about here, down to the shoulder. Again, center of the face to the shoulder. Everything is 1 centimeter less on the left side. I'm going to get the shoulder to just under the arm here. That helps us track the hunch forward. That is the same side to side. However, we're hoping to expand and improve it over the course of today's session. All right, going to measure how far the neck is sticking out. So I'm going to get from base of the neck to the chin here. I'll just cross-check it on this side. And I want to get the angle. Obviously, we've only done a few repetitions here. That's just to get the motions in place, and then you can practice them on your own. Good. So that has evened up quite a bit on the shoulders. From 17 on this side to and 16 on this side to closer to 16.7 on this side and 16.2 on this side. So that's a lot closer. When you get again from the ear down. And just try and move that head back to where it was. You'll feel a little pressure. Just try and keep it where it is. Okay. This side. Good. That's also a little bit better. Still slightly more cramped on this side, but it'll take some adjusting. Okay, going to get the last couple here from the top of the face down to the shoulder. We got 40 centimeters there. And again, warming to the top of the face. And we have 40 centimeters there, so that has become more even. Was 40.5 on this side to 38.5 on this side, but they've completely evened out, so that means we've adjusted the head to be more centerline. And we'll just get from the arm here, this is the last measurement, and on this side, and I think that was relatively symmetrical before, and it is here too. There's definitely less curvature though. Let's do some measurements. This is less for right now and more for later. So if you ever do start to get headaches or you're feeling that extra swollenness, we can say, okay, well, you know, you've got a centimeter of swelling in the scalp because it's a little bigger than the last time we measured. 55.5 centimeters. Come around here. 59. The crown. I'm going to do the neck just because you have those really swollen muscles in the back, okay? 33 now. Okay, we'll just do one more right above the eyes. 57. Perfect. Let's relax. I'm just going to be comparing side to side to see if there's any difference. Okay, place the other hand there. Thank you. With palm reading, symmetry is expected. When it's found, when it's unexpected, that could be because of an unexpected reading. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to get the palm on this side, lift up. Thank you. So the left hand is slightly smaller than the right. Start with the fingers. There is some swelling in that finger that was bothering you. This side. This finger is actually okay. There's no disparity between the two. It's just this forefinger there. Okay, that's fine. Here. It's also fine, and I'll just finish off with the thumb. And a bit more swelling on that right side as well. So starting right there. So it's 36 centimeters. So we'll be looking for now the midline point, which is going to be 18. So that's right here. And we're looking for about the midline of the head. Just got a pen here. I'm just going to make a little mark right on that spot. Okay.
Now we have the midline of the head right there. We're going to go 10% up and down. So it was 36, so we're going to go 3.6 centimeters up. We'll mark right there. And another 3.6. Mark right here. So we get to this one here on the forehead. We'll work our way down the back. I'll have you turn to your side to do that, but for now I'm going to get the horseshoe here. So that is going to be from the top of one ear around here. So we have 31 inches. About 30 inches actually. Your ear is about here. So that means the midline is going to be I'm going to say 15 and a half actually there. So I've got that 15 and a half. That meets right here, so right on the edge of our other one. That's perfect. And then we will take 31, it will be a 3.1 for the 10%. We'll mark that here. On this side. Here. So far we have the center line and the frontal horseshoe here. So now we need to go to the back. So I'm going to have you just turn your head slightly. Is that going to be okay for a moment? Okay. We're going to work our way down the side here. So this temporal section. So starting from that midline, working our way down to that midline. Should be right here. Perfect. Now we can trace through here. 28 there, so the midline would be right here at 14. I'm going to go 20 here, so relax. Yep, you're fine. You can relax back. So 5.6 from this point here. Just relax. We'll go right here. And then right here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side now. So I have that point right down here. Relax back. I'm going to work my way down the front towards the back. So first, midline. 7%. Okay. You're almost done with the markings here. All right, let's do our traditional measurements. You'll feel me touch you with the tape measure. Let me know if you have any specific wants or needs, but otherwise we'll just go through the normal process like normal, okay?
Okay.
So ear to shoulder. Ear to shoulder. And come around the neck. So the style is a little bit more fitted nowadays, so we can definitely accommodate for that. Down to the shoulders. And look for symmetry side to side as well. Slightly less on this side than this side. And go all the way across the back. Okay, and now all the way across the chest. Thank you.
starting around here. I'm going to get from base of the neck down to the elbow. And then shoulder to elbow. So again, just 1 centimeter shorter on the left side. Circumference now, so I'm going to have you gently raise this one just so I can get underneath and relax. And we get the bicep. And the elbow. Okay, make a note of those. Now we'll get the forearm and the wrist. I'm going to take care, just relax. Good. So we'll do all those measurements just on this side now. Bring this over here. So again, yep, exactly. Get right up in there and relax down. I want to get the full effect of relaxation. 43. So it's just a little bit bigger than last year, but if you've been like working out or lifting weights, that can be a reason for that. Okay, relax down. Look at the elbow and forearm and the wrist. There's just a bit of fabric punched up there, so push that back. There we go, relax. Your left wrist is just a little bit smaller than the right wrist. Are you right-handed? I think you are, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, totally normal. Thank you. Okay. Get across the back. So it's going to go right under that arm line. And if you don't mind, I'm going to come around and do the full circumference just above the bust. And relax. So that's good. Relaxed is 6 centimeters wider. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to get underneath the chest line down. And relax. Okay. Just stay exactly how you are. Thank you. You're going to feel this get a little tight around your chest. The arm, rather. Now make a muscle, squeeze the arm. Okay, relax. I'm going to do the same exact thing on this side. And now make a muscle. That's good, relax. Okay. So this right arm slightly bigger, but again, dominant hand, not surprising. Feeling for the shoulder blade. Crown of the head of the shoulder. It's still a little further, bit of a stretch to that right side.